Cheers, boss! Happy Tuesday! I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me and see me okay? I would love to just know that before we dive into today's topic, which is the 5 deadly YouTube mistakes that new YouTubers tend to make. And I'm so excited to dive into this topic with you. It's something that I wanted to go into detail on for a long time, and it's so much fun to be able to do this here with you live. There's a couple hundred people here right now, so thank you for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments by putting a replay. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for tuning in all over the world. I was watching your comments before I came on live, and it's just so amazing to me that there are people here from Germany, from all over Canada, from all over the States, from all over Europe. It's just so incredible. So thank you guys for being here. I promise this is going to be action-packed. So I can't wait to get into it. All right, so if you are tuning in right now, this is the official kickoff to our YouTube Business Bootcamp. We did video 1 as kind of our soft launch on Friday, and it was all about how do you get your mindset in the right place and get motivated so you can crush it and be consistent on YouTube. And they're my biggest secrets, the 10 things that I do every single day to make sure that I wake up and get out of bed super motivated. If you haven't watched that video, we'll put the link to the playlist below, and we've got 8 videos in this series coming your way. So this is the official kickoff. What do you guys think so far? And thank you so much for being here. All right, keep in mind, at the end of the live stream, I'm going to be giving you details on the amazing giveaway that we're doing as part of this YouTube Business Bootcamp. I cannot wait to tell you more details about that because it could change your life, truly. So let's dive into this and get started with the 5 deadly mistakes that new YouTubers make as the official kickoff to our YouTube Business Bootcamp. And we will be doing a Q&A at the end, so make sure that you guys stick around for the end because I'll be taking your questions and answering as many questions as I can at the end of the broadcast today. So if you're excited, give this video a like. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell to get notified every time I go live. We've been live twice in the last month, and we put up new videos every Tuesday and Friday. All right, so let's dive into the 5 deadly mistakes that new YouTubers make. First and foremost, play to the platform. This is so important. And what do I mean by this? Well, there's a lot to dive into here, but let's just get started with some simple things. So, really important to understand, as a new YouTuber, as somebody who's new to this platform, YouTube is unlike any other social platform. It is not Instagram. It is not Facebook. It is not Twitter. It is a completely unique platform. If you're not playing to the platform and using the features of this platform to your benefit, you will not grow. And this is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see and the most common mistakes that I see for new YouTubers. So a big thing to understand is that YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine in the world, and it's owned by the #1 search engine in the world, which is Google, which I know you know, but it's worth reiterating because as a new channel, you want to think of YouTube as this big, huge ocean, and you are trying to compete with millions and millions of other videos that are showing up in the search results, and they're showing up in suggested videos. So how do you, as a new YouTuber, stand out? Well, YouTube and the algorithm on YouTube, it favors content that is easily categorized. That's why, as a new YouTuber, it is so important to pay attention to which category you're in. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to know your niche down to a T when you're just getting started. In my case, I focused on general social media when I started my channel, and I basically used that as a testing phase. So I always say that like the first 1 to 2 months of getting started on YouTube is a testing phase. And that's the best way to approach it because in that testing phase, you're going to collect information and data. If you're stuck on YouTube and if you're hitting a plateau, It's actually not based off of anything other than facts and data. And every plateau and every time you get stuck, it's fixable. So if you're having a hard time growing right now, it's mainly due to the fact that you're not getting seen. That's really the simple part of this. And you have to always remember that because YouTube is a search engine, you have to make content that's going to get discovered. On Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on all these other platforms, you're constantly pushing out content to your audience. But on YouTube, you're pulling in and attracting an audience all day long by making the right kind of content. Just throwing up a video onto YouTube without any plan in place is an easy way to stay stuck. So, always remembering that YouTube and the algorithm on YouTube favors content that it can easily categorize. So for example, on my channel, when I first started making content and I was talking about general social media, I started to notice that every time I made a video specifically on YouTube and how to use YouTube, particularly for your business, I would see a huge spike in engagement and views and velocity. And so I used that as a clue, and I'm going to talk about this in the next mistake, to really catapult the growth of my channel. So every time that I made a video on YouTube marketing, it would favor me in the algorithm and I'd get more eyeballs because YouTube likes to categorize your content. And because they knew that I had other videos that had performed well on the topic of YouTube marketing, they knew that if I made another video on that topic, my subscriber base would be highly interested. So they push it further in the algorithm and they push it further in suggested videos. Does that make sense? Give me a boss if this makes sense to you guys. So playing to the platform is so important. This is unlike any other platform, any other social media channel. It is so important to understand that. If you miss this, you're going to miss out on how to really catapult your growth on this channel. So like I said, give me a boss in the comments if this is making sense to you. Also, P.S. 400 people here right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we're getting a bunch of bosses coming in. So even if you're watching the replay, give me a boss in the comments if that makes sense to you. So playing to the platform is so important. Understanding this is a search engine. No other social platform is a search engine. You don't go onto Facebook looking up how to use YouTube to grow your business. You use YouTube and Google for that because they are king when it comes to search. So in the beginning, in order to create content that's going to grow your channel quickly, you want to focus on searchable content and content that's going to get you discovered. So it has to be keyword friendly. And then once you build an audience, once you start gaining momentum and subscribers, which you will when you do that, then you can start making content that's more inspirational and motivational and on things that you really are interested in talking about or even entertainment-based content. But you have to have an audience in order for people to see that content. And just making entertainment-based content or inspirational or motivational content right off the bat, when you don't have any audience or any subscriber base, is a really hard way to grow your channel and it keeps people stuck. So really important to understand that piece. It is a search engine. Please don't repurpose your content. This is probably one of the biggest questions I get asked. I'm always asked, oh, well, I've just been putting my podcast episodes up on my YouTube channel. Or, oh, I've just been putting my Facebook Lives up on my YouTube channel. Is that a good way to grow? No, because you have to play to the platform. If you're not making content specifically for YouTube, following the right structure, which we'll touch on later, your content will not get seen and it won't work in the algorithm, okay? So don't repurpose content. If you're going to use YouTube, you want to use it in the right way and make your content specifically for YouTube. All right, let's get into the next mistake, not the next step, the next mistake. So the next mistake is success clues. And I kind of touched on this just a second ago, but here's what's really important to understand. You know exactly what works on your channel even before you start a channel. And you'll understand this further as we go through the rest of the steps. But let me explain what I mean by this. Okay, so success clues. Basically what I mean by this is that on your own channel, if you have some content up, even if you only have 1 to 2 months of content on your channel, or maybe even less, you're gonna notice what's working a little bit better than the other content. And when you figure out which content is working better, that's the content that you want to capitalize on, which I always say, and the content that you want to double down on. So I'm going to show you how to figure that out in just a second, but you can also do this with other channels. So taking a look at other channels in your space, even if you're a brand new channel, and seeing, okay, what kind of content are they making that's performing the best? What are their most popular videos? And using that to create a list of content topics that you know perform well with your ideal audience. Because if somebody has a channel that's in your niche, in your space, and has your ideal audience, then they're giving you the path to success. They're giving you the clues as to what kind of content is going to work best for your channel. So you have all the information you need to really catapult your growth and get more views and more subscribers on your channel. You just need to pay attention to the success clues. So I'm just going to show you a couple things right now that I want you to really pay attention to as far as your analytics go. So the first thing, I'm going to show you my screen here, make sure you can see it. So the first thing is I want you to really understand that it's important to see the most popular videos on your own channel and on other people's channels. So you can see my channel right here, and you can see that I've navigated it to show me the most popular videos on my channel. So you can see if I click right here, I am currently on most popular. And here's the thing, I can do this on anyone else's channel as well. So if I go here, I can see, okay, these are the videos that really have taken off on my channel. And what's really interesting is a lot of these are some of my first videos that I ever did that were tutorial style. And before this, I was like playing around with all these random kinds of content, trying to do vlogging, and got zero growth, zero momentum. So if you look at this, you can see, okay, how to make videos with your phone, how to get more views on YouTube, Instagram video editing app, Snapchat tutorial, custom thumbnails on YouTube, how to get more subscribers, how to get your first 1,000 subscribers. You can see there are some very common themes here as to what kind of content performs well on my channel. These are what I call success clues. So I know that every single time I make a video on Instagram or I make a video on YouTube, it's going to perform better than any kind of content. And that is proven over and over and over again. Now, there's a lot of reasons as to why this happens, but I'm going to show you that in just a second. So the next thing I want you to look at, if this is making sense, give me a boss in the chat if this is making sense for you guys. The next thing I want you to look at is on your channel in YouTube Studio Beta, you're going to be able to see your top videos. So your top videos are your biggest success clues. So like I said, even if you don't have any videos on your channel yet, I want you to go onto YouTube and find any channels that are related in your niche or in your industry or in your space, or even if you're trying to have like a more of an entertainment-based channel, go to channels that have similar topics that you want to cover and what are their most popular videos. You simply navigate to that by going over to the right-hand side and clicking on most popular. That's going to give you those success clues. Now in your own channel, you want to go to your top videos in YouTube Studio Beta, and you can see, again, very common themes. And you want to pay attention to why they're your top videos. Here's what's really interesting on YouTube nowadays. The most important metric is watch time. Watch time trumps everything else, period, end of story. Your watch time is more valuable than views. It's more valuable than CTR. It's more valuable than anything else. The longer you can keep people on your channel and the more you can accumulate watch time from your viewers, the more successful you're going to be. So watch time is key. So whichever videos are getting the highest amount of watch time on your channel based on your top videos that you can see in YouTube Studio Beta, those are the topics that you want to double down on because this is your clue. These are your success clues to tell you which videos are performing the best. Now, I want to break this down even further for you. What I mean by success clues, and let me just like really reiterate that this is a pretty simple concept, but sometimes it's often misconstrued. What I mean by success clues is when you look at those top videos, the reason that they perform well and the reason that if you make more content like that, it's going to perform really well for you is because you're giving YouTube what they call signals. So YouTube pays close attention to signals, and actually Instagram works the same way. So let's use Instagram as an example for just a second. If you're using Instagram and you're posting a bunch of different kinds of photos, but every time you post a photo of, let's say, a sunset, you get a surge of likes and comments. You're then giving Instagram's algorithm a signal to say, okay, this kind of content performs the best with my audience, so you should push it more because you know it's going to get more engagement and keep people on your platform longer. And the name of the game, every social platform, doesn't matter what it is, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, is retention. They want to keep people on their platform as long as possible. So on YouTube, if you are posting a video and that video gets a surge in views, likes, subscribers, and watch time, those are signals that you're giving to the algorithm to say, this video and this kind of content and this keyword and this topic are always going to perform well with my audience. And here's the other part of this and how this works in a circular effect. So because that topic or that video got you a surge in subscribers, you now have new subscribers on your channel and more subscribers on your channel that are interested in that topic. So every time you post a video, you have this built-in audience that's targeted for that kind of content. So when I first started making videos, and because one of my first videos to really take off was about YouTube and how to get more views on YouTube, every time I post a video about YouTube, I get a surge in engagement because most of my subscribers in the beginning came from that video and they were interested in how to use YouTube. So whenever you have a video that performs well, you're also attracting that targeted audience, which means that every time you post a video on that topic, it's going to perform super well for your channel. So these are what I call success clues. Are we getting this? Does this make sense? Give me a boss in the chat and let me know if you guys are totally understanding this and getting this. Let me know. Are we getting this? Brilliant. Boss. Awesome. So give me that boss if you're understanding. And like I said, if you're watching the replay, let me know. And I know, here's the thing, you guys, I know that YouTube feels so overwhelming sometimes, and I've been in your position. I used to make videos and I'd get absolute crickets when I first started my channel. So I know the pain of being a new YouTuber. And I remember being so frustrated. But I saw someone just say right now, it's so hard. I can't figure it out. I can't figure out the algorithm. You absolutely can figure out the algorithm. You just have to know how to use the algorithm to your advantage. So everything that I'm sharing with you today, these 5 deadly mistakes, we're going to talk about the mistakes, but everything that I'm talking about in these mistakes is actually a solution to the problem. So everything is fixable. If you're feeling like you're not getting enough engagement or momentum on your content, it's fixable, but you have to pay attention to what you're doing wrong and make it right. So play to the platform first and foremost, and success clues, paying attention to the signals and which videos are giving YouTube the most signals, subscribers, likes, comments, shares. And those videos are the ones that you want to make more content like, because those videos have given you authority in the algorithm. All right, let's move into the next. Doesn't your videos have to be good too? Here's the irony, you guys. So this is the thing. The irony for me is that yes, your videos need to be good, and we'll do a Q&A at the end, but good is subjective. So you have to understand who you are and what your strengths are. I am not Casey Neistat. I am not Peter McKinnon. I love those guys. I am not a filmmaker. I don't make these like ridiculously highly produced videos. My strengths are being on camera and providing value and getting real. Those are my strengths. So it's called YouTube for a reason. The more you are, and the more you play to your strengths as opposed to trying to be anybody else, the more you win. So hone in on what you're really good at and make it easier on yourself than trying to be somebody else, you know? So everything is figure outable. Absolutely. All right. So let's dive into, and by the way, almost 600 people here. Thank you guys for watching. Let's dive into the next big mistake. I'm just going to add in some of these comments because I love seeing them. So I love your comments, guys. Keep them coming. I'm reading them as I go. So if I see them a little distracted, that's why. Marriage, what the F? I won't say the F word on here, but it says we had no clue what we were doing before we took Sunny's course. Oh, thank you guys so much. Highly recommend. Thank you guys. And editing. So Stephanie says, I hate editing. I totally get that. I hated it too. I did it for the first year, but I kept it as simple as possible because my audience didn't care how highly edited my videos were or how perfect they looked. They cared about how much value I could bring to them. So I totally understand that. And if you guys want to get extra training on all of this, make sure that you go to bossyoutubestrategy.com. The link is on the screen right now, and we'll put it in the comments below as well. But that's my free training and free masterclass on how to use YouTube to 100x your subscribers and double your revenue in the next year. So make sure you guys go check that out. You can sign up, grab your seat there, bossyoutubestrategy.com. And before I forget, also, if you're enjoying this live stream and want to see more like this, let's give YouTube a bunch of signals to tell me that you want more, and tell the algorithm that you want to see more of this kind of content. So what I mean by that is hit the subscribe button and hit the bell and give this video a like. And those are signals telling YouTube this kind of content is really good on Sunny's channel. We're going to push this further in the algorithm so more of our audience sees it and more of a new audience sees it as well. All right, so let's dive into the next mistake. The next mistake is play to the platform. Play to the platform, success clues, and then we have, I jumped ahead one, then we have reverse engineering your growth. So reverse engineering your growth is super important. And again, one of the biggest mistakes I see new YouTubers make, and even YouTubers who have been on the platform for a long time. Oftentimes you can feel like you're stuck or unmotivated or feel like you're hitting a plateau. This just means you're not looking at the outcome of what you want your channel to be. So what I mean by that is it's a really simple method to really dive into how to grow your channel. And it feels weird maybe, but you have to start with the end in mind. So reverse engineering your growth means you focus on the end goal. And as I mentioned earlier, when you look at success clues, you're also focusing on what has worked for other channels that you love and idolize. So there are definitely going to be channels out there that you look at and you're like, man, that's the kind of channel that I want to make. So how do I make my channel like that? And how can I be as successful as that channel? They have laid out the path to success for you. So you have to look at where they are now and then go back, which you can do on their channel, and go to their oldest videos and pay attention to, okay, when did they really start to see takeoff? When did their videos really start to see success, and what topics were they using? So you can actually reverse engineer your growth by looking at other people with channels that you want to be like. And simply by going into their channels and clicking on oldest videos and going through and seeing, okay, these videos didn't do very well at the beginning, but then all of a sudden they saw this huge surge in growth. So starting with the end in mind, starting with a channel that you love and admire, and then working backwards to see what worked for them. Because the things that work for them are more than likely going to work for you. The path to success is laid out there. You just have to look and do the research. So start with the end in mind, because if you don't start with the end in mind, you're kind of just going to throw things on your channel and not know why or what the intention is or who you even want to see it. And if you don't know who you want to watch your content, why would anybody else? So you have to be really intentional with your content as well. And if you're constantly trying to switch from one thing to the next and you're constantly trying all these different new content topics, it's really hard, like I said in mistake number one, for YouTube to categorize you. And YouTube loves to categorize content. They want to make it really, really easy for you to get seen. And the only way that you can make it easy for yourself to get seen in the algorithm is to make it really clear as to where YouTube should push you. Which category are you in? What kind of topics do you cover? What kind of channel are you? The more clear you are on that from day one, the more success you're going to see and the faster you're going to see it. So you want to, before you even start diving into creating a whole bunch of content, you want to really understand what you're doing it for. Why are you doing it? Whose channel do you want to be like? Obviously making it your own because you're unique and it's going to be your channel, but whose channel do you want to be like, and how did they get to the point that they're at? And actually going in and looking at their channel and seeing when their channel took off. That allows you to reverse engineer that success. So what do you want your channel to be, and how can you work backwards from there? I'd actually love to see in the comments which channels do you admire and which channels do you want to be like, because that's going to help you figure out where you want to be. All right, so let's get to Thank you guys so much for the kind comments. I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. And feel free in the comments as well, if you're checking out the replay, let me know what your biggest takeaway is from this video as well. Nikki, thanks so much for the kind words. You're awesome. All right, so let's dive into the next mistake. The next mistake is content structure. And we're going to talk about this because I think it's really, really important and also plays to the fact that your watch time is everything, as I mentioned earlier. And if you don't structure your content in the right way, you're not going to be able to win on YouTube. So your content structure is so important. Now, what the heck do I mean by your content structure? What I mean by this is, again, if you're throwing up videos on your channel, but you have no plan for how you want people to interact with your content, how you want people to consume it, and what you want it to look like. And very similar to what I said in the last mistake, starting with the outcome in mind. So figuring out, what do I want people to get from this video? Do I want them to watch it and feel inspired, educated, entertained? What do I want them to get? If you don't start with that outcome in mind, your content is not going to be as effective as you want it to be. So another massive mistake that I see all of the time with new YouTubers is, in the beginning of your videos, you're explaining to people why they need to watch the video, and also you're talking too much about yourself. I talk about this a lot, and I know it sounds harsh, but it's just the truth, and it applies to my channel as well. No one cares about you on YouTube until you make them care by providing a crap ton of valuable, amazing content. And amazing content doesn't have to be highly produced. Amazing content can just be, it's really effective and impactful. It makes people feel something. It makes people feel better about themselves, or educated, or it fixes a problem, solves a problem, etc. So making sure that you understand that you don't have to explain to people in the beginning of your videos, this is why you need to watch this video. If someone clicks on the video, they already see the title. They already know what the video is somewhat about. That's why they're there. So going through why they need to watch the video for the first minute to 2 minutes of the video is going to make people click off, which then kills your video retention, which then kills the watch time on your channel, which then makes that video sink to the bottom of the ocean and never gets seen by anybody else. So you don't need to explain the why, and you certainly don't need to introduce who you are for the first minute to 2 minutes of the videos. That's why we talk about the hot script formula. And the hot script formula, I made a video about this on the channel, and you can also learn way more about it in our Boss YouTube Strategy Masterclass, as I mentioned, and the link is up on the screen right now. But the whole point of our hot script formula is that, and we'll link to the videos about this in the description as well, but the whole point of it is to get people into your video as quickly as possible, because having a long intro is a massive mistake on YouTube because nobody cares. People just want to get into the meat of it, whether it's entertainment, it's a vlog, it's educational video, whatever it is, people want to get to the meat of it as quickly as possible. So don't waste people's time. So we call it the hot script formula because it's hook, outcome, testimonial. So let's say it's this video. In the very beginning, if this was a video that I was shooting and not a live stream, then I would say something like, in this video, I'm going to teach you the 5 deadly mistakes that new YouTubers make that kill your channel. So people want to know that, especially my audience wants to know that. That hooks people right off the bat so they know they're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll know how to grow your channel 10 times faster than you currently are. That's the outcome that people are going to learn by the end of the video. And the testimonial is, I've helped so many people go from 0 to 100,000 subscribers in less than 10 months that we actually have built a 100K club, and you can check it out on my website, sunnylenarduzzi.com/reviews. So that's my form of testimonial because I have so much experience doing this. We have a ton of testimonials, but yours could simply be, I'm the author of, or I'm the owner of the website X, or whatever, or founder of the program, whatever that program may be. It doesn't matter, but giving credibility to yourself is so important because there's a lot of fake experts on YouTube, and there's a lot of people talking about things that they have no idea about. So saying it right off the bat tells people, okay, I'm in safe hands. I can trust this person. They're not just some stranger on the internet, and I'm going to pay attention to the rest of this content until the end. So that keeps people hooked in through the entire video. Then you get into the meat of it, and then at the end, you give them a call to action to give you those signals that we talked about earlier. Likes, comments, shares, subscribe. So you'll notice at the end of every single video I do, I say, if you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Because I know the more those signals happen for my videos and my content, the more people are going to see them because they're going to get pushed in the algorithm and suggested and search results. So it's really important to have those signals. And then I also give a call to action to send people to my masterclass, which is bossyoutube.strategy.com, which is up on the screen. So I send people there, or I send people to a freebie or an opt-in, or I send people to my website, whatever it may be. I'm sending people somewhere so that they don't forget about me after watching my video and they become part of my community, which is really, really important. And I start to build my own audience instead of having to rely on the algorithm. So your content structure is really important. No long intros, no explaining why people need to watch the video. They already are there. That's why they're watching the video. And get to the point as quickly as possible, because no one cares about you on YouTube until you make them care through valuable content. And in your analytics, you want to pay attention to in your retention, and we have a whole video on the analytics you can use to grow your channel. So you can check that out on my channel. We'll put it in the description below this video, but you can tell in your analytics, you can see as people watch your video, where are people clicking off of your video? And you want to pay attention to that for every video you do, because it's going to give you another clue as to what you said or did at that point that made them leave. So if you have low retention, you again can fix it, but you have to look at the information. So we'll link to that video all about YouTube analytics in the description of this video as well. All right, so the next thing that I want to just reiterate for this point too is that your content structure matters so much, as I said earlier, because watch time is everything. So if your content is structured in a way where you're not getting watch time and you're not getting high retention on your videos from your viewers, again, there's no point in making it because that video is never going to get seen. There are 400 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every single minute. So in order to compete and actually get noticed and seen, which you absolutely still can at this point, it's not too competitive. We have clients who start from zero and grow to hundreds of thousands of subscribers within 12 months. That is doable still at this point, but you have to structure your content in the right way. All right. How's everybody doing? How are we feeling? If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell to get notified every time we put up a new video. I'm seeing some awesome comments here. Giorgio says, I can definitely tell you all that Sunny advice works. I had a bunch of my videos appear in YouTube search for the past few weeks. I owe that success to her. Thank you so much, but you do owe that success to yourself because you actually did the work. And if you watched my video from last Tuesday, that's my biggest thing. You can watch as many YouTube videos as you want and you can get all the information you need. There's no lack of information out there. But until you do the work, you're not going to see the growth, period, end of story. So Giorgio, little mini round of applause for you. I hope everyone else is giving you applause right now too, because you're amazing and you did the work. So nice job. And as I mentioned, we're going to also do, some Q&As at the end. So I will get to your questions toward the end. Stephanie says, I don't understand how to reverse engineer your channel. I talked about this 2 seconds ago in detail, but if you go to a competitor's channel who's in the same niche as you, you go to their oldest videos, click on oldest videos on their channel, and you just see, okay, when did they see a big uptick? When did their views start to really elevate and explode? What were they doing differently? What kind of content were they making when their views exploded? It's really simple. Here's the thing, you guys. If you're a new YouTuber and you're feeling stuck, most of what's keeping you stuck is in your head. The belief that it's hard is keeping you stuck. The belief that it's not doable and you can't do it and you're a special snowflake and this isn't going to work for you, that's keeping you stuck. That's keeping you small. You have to believe you can do this, because believe me, when I was starting my channel and had no idea what I was doing, I felt just as stuck. I felt just as overwhelmed. But I put in the effort and I committed to figuring it out. And you can figure it out. And being here is helping you figure it out. And getting the right information and the right advice is helping you figure it out. So dive deep into this, understand it, but more importantly, take action, because you don't know what will work until you actually do the work. All right, so let's dive into this. I love it. Thank you guys so much again. Like I said, all of the comments are amazing. Elizabeth says, I think reverse engineering is brilliant. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And like I said, if you want even more info on all this stuff, you guys go to bossYouTubeStrategy.com and I'll teach you how to 100x your subscribers and double your revenue in the next 12 months. I saw someone say, I want 100,000 subscribers in 12 months. It's doable. We've had a lot of people do it. You can check out our wall of fame on my website to see that. But it is doable, you guys. And the more you realize it is doable in your own head, and that's why the very first video we did in this YouTube business bootcamp was all about your mindset and all about the 10 things that you should be doing every single day to get your butt out of bed and stay focused. So if you haven't watched that video yet, you'll be able to find the playlist link in the description below this video. I love it. Robin, congratulations. Robin says, yes, I got out of my head. Awesome. That is step one to succeeding at anything in life, really. Getting out of your own way and getting out of your head. I always say that your body needs to tell your brain to get out of the way because you have to actually have that forward momentum and do the work in order to prove to your brain that you can do it. All right. So let's roll through. All right, so the final mistake that I wanted to touch on is, let's hide this little title here so we can see the full thing. And it is community rules. Period. End of story. And we're going to do the Q&A after this, so make sure you stick around. But what do I mean by community rules? Well, it's exactly what we're doing here today. Guys, like, if you don't pay attention to the people who are there from you from day one, the very first viewer you have, the first subscriber you have, if you aren't loving on those people and appreciating the crap out of them, you're not going to grow. If you're so focused on getting to those milestones like 1,000 subscribers and 1,000,000 subscribers, and you don't focus on the one person who's there for you when you have nothing, nothing's going to work. Your community is everything, which is why I'm so grateful for all of you being here. The fact that there's 600 people here right now is wild to me. So thank you so much for tuning in. Give the video a like if you're enjoying it and you're getting a lot out of this. But community rules, period. And here's the thing you really need to understand when it comes to community is that you don't want to have to rely on the algorithm. You don't want to have to rely on YouTube pushing out your content. So what do you need to know for this? You need to pay attention to your analytics. Really, really important. So I'm going to just show you a quick little trick that you can do to make sure that you're not having to rely on anything really, and you actually can build your own audience and build your own community, because community at the end of the day, if you don't have community and viewers and subscribers, you don't have much on YouTube. Even if it's one person, two people, 10 people, those people are real people. And getting to understand that everybody who subscribes to you or is here watching this right now is a real human is step number one, really, to starting to see rapid community growth. And valuing each one of those people is a key to rapid growth. So I wanted to just show you guys something right now, which is really important to understanding your channel. And the more you understand the analytics on your channel, the more you're going to see success. So you can see here, this is where I look at the traffic sources for my videos. I want to know, where are people coming from? Where is my community coming from? So the most important factors here are suggested videos and YouTube search. Those are the things that are going to drive the most traffic for your channel. So you want to pay attention to those traffic sources and see exactly how people are landing on your channel, because again, those are going to be clues as to where your audience is coming from and how you can attract more of that audience. Why? Because as I mentioned earlier, the more that you can attract that audience, the more that you're going to get subscribers that are interested in that topic, and the more you make content on that topic, the more you have a built-in base of subscribers that's already interested. So you're going to get more views and more velocity every time you post about that topic. So understanding where your traffic is coming from and which topics are driving the most traffic on your channel is really important to creating more content like that so you can double down on it. Does that make sense, you guys? Take a look at those analytics. Make sure that you're watching them on a regular basis. You should be checking it daily, if not weekly, and make sure that you understand them because they're really, really important. And then once you understand where those videos, where that traffic's coming from and where those traffic sources are and which videos people are looking up to get on your channel, then you can make more content like that. And one little secret hack here for showing up more in suggested is, let's say I have a video on how to plan your week, which I do, which we can link to below this video, but I have a video on how to plan your week. So simple little trick you can do to show up in suggested, type in the title of the video that you're showing up for and see what other variations of this title there are. And it's going to give you related videos to that topic so that you can create more content like that because you already know it performs well with your audience. So how to plan your week, how I plan and organize my week to get things done. I've never made a video with that topic. How to plan your week as an entrepreneur. Never made a video on that specific topic. The block schedule system, that's another great topic that's related to how I plan my week. I talk about time blocking, but I haven't made anything specifically on the block schedule system. So the more that I can create videos around topics that are similar to the video that I'm ranking for, the more I'm gonna show up in suggested beside my own videos and beside other videos with similar topics. So that's a really quick little thing that you can do to start showing up more in suggested. The more that your videos relate to one another, the more that you're going to dominate suggested. Make sense, guys? I hope that it does. I hope that that made sense for you. So we're going to switch back over to the camera, and I'm going to just make sure that I wrap up this piece because I think it's really important. The other factor to community rules is understanding that building your own audience is the best asset that you can have on YouTube. So not relying on the algorithm and making sure that you've built an email list. Because here's the thing, guys, if you are only trusting the Instagram algorithm, YouTube, or Facebook, and those are the only audiences that you have and the only communities you have, you're at the mercy of those platforms and you don't own them. So building audiences there is building a house on borrowed land. And what that means is that that land and those audiences can get taken from you at any time. How many times have we seen algorithms change and your reach drop? But if you have your own audience, which is an email list or even a Facebook group, but an email list is number one for sure. An email list is the most important place to build your audience. So if you have an email list, then you have your own audience and you can send your videos every time you make one to that audience. And all of my clients, it's a big part of our methodology and why they see huge success. It allows you to beat the algorithm and it allows you to not rely on the algorithm. So you have your own audience that you've built. So building your own audience is key because it allows you to have audiences on all these different platforms so you're never relying on just one or putting all your eggs in one basket. And make friends with other channels. When I was first starting my channel, I was literally spending 20 to 30 minutes a day, every single day, going onto channels with similar audiences to mine and talking to people in the comments. And I think people overthink this, but all it is starting conversation. Being successful on social media is about being social and building relationships. So it's really not difficult. You're literally just going to say, hi, how are you? Or add value where you can. But you don't have to overcomplicate that part. Make friends with other channels. Post your comments in their comment section, help people, respond to people. That's how you build real relationships and draw people from their channels over to your channel and also build relationships with those channels. So maybe one day you can also collaborate. Share the heck out of your channel. Community rules. A big part of building a community is sharing your channel. You might think that everybody knows you have a YouTube channel, but I can guarantee you your friends, your family, people you work with, people on the street may not know. Literally, when I'm like at the gas station, I will tell people, yeah, I have a YouTube channel and I will get them to subscribe from their phone. You want to tell everyone and their dog that you have a YouTube channel and what it's about and get them to subscribe. And tell people in real life, because I know that sounds crazy because we all live online, but telling people in real life is a great way to boost subscribers as well. So get crafty with it. Get kind of like a little bit crafty and sneaky about it and share your channel everywhere you can and tell everybody about it. So as I mentioned, there's a link right here, and it's bossyoutube.strategy.com, and it's how to 100x your subscribers and double your revenue in the next year. You also, when you access that, may just get some extra bonuses when you sign up, and perhaps a little discount as well on our YouTube for Bosses program. So make sure that you sign up at that link if you are serious about getting your YouTube channel growing. So we're going to do a Q&A in just a second here, but I just want to say again, I'm so grateful for everyone who's tuning in here live. It's amazing to see, and I'm just so happy to see all of the amazing comments coming through as well. Daya just says, never be afraid to promote yourself. Absolutely. If you're not your biggest fan, who's going to be your biggest fan? You have to believe in yourself before anybody else does. So before we get into any of the comments or questions, I wanted to also reiterate that we're doing an amazing giveaway right now. So part of our YouTube Business Bootcamp series that we're doing, and this is the official kickoff today, but there is a video that we posted on Friday all about getting your mindset right and getting yourself motivated when you get out of bed. So make sure you check that out. It's a 10 steps every single morning to get your butt out of bed and get consistent on YouTube and stay focused. So if you watch every single video in this series, and you have to watch the whole video, you will see that there is a contest, and we're going to give you the details at the end of every video on how to enter. But the contest is basically you get access to our Authority Accelerator program. It's a scholarship. So we're giving away a scholarship to our Authority Accelerator program, which is my highest tier of working with me. And you work with me and my team to build your business using YouTube. And you get access to our Logitech C9, not access to, you get your own Logitech C920 camera, which I'm actually doing this live stream on right now, which is why it looks so good. And it's the camera that I use to grow to 50,000 subscribers on my channel. So you get a scholarship to our Authority Accelerator program. One person will get access to our Authority Accelerator program as a scholarship. You'll also get a Logitech C920 camera, and you'll get a $500 Amazon gift card. So all in all, the total of that package is close to $10,000. So this is a free series on YouTube. I wanted to do this just to give you guys extra focus and motivation to really crush it with your YouTube channels. But all of the most amazing step-by-step content is inside of our paid programs. So we give you a lot on this YouTube channel, and you think this is good, just wait until you get into our programs. It's incredible. And all of our biggest success stories and testimonials and everybody on our wall of fame is a part of our paid program. So like I said, if you want to check out our free training on the Boss YouTube strategy, you can check it out there. And in order to enter to win the $500 Amazon gift card, Logitech C920 camera, and a scholarship to our Authority Accelerator program, you need to watch this whole video and comment below the video with what your biggest takeaway is and why you deserve to win. And you need to tune into every video in this series for the rest of the month of October and do the same thing. Plus, we'll have different instructions on each video, so make sure you tune into all of them. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel. If you're not subscribed, you aren't eligible to win. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified every single time that we post new videos in this series, and new videos every Tuesday, Friday moving forward as well. So let's dive into some of these questions because I'm so excited to get to them. Let's also just really quickly, I'm going to just review some of these steps so you guys remember what they are. So just want to review these really quickly so you remember. So first and foremost, the 5 deadly mistakes that most new YouTubers make. They don't play to the platform. So they don't understand the difference between YouTube and other social media platforms. And you're either just throwing up videos or you're repurposing content from other platforms, which is never going to help you grow nearly as fast as you want to grow, and it'll keep you stuck. You're not paying attention to success clues. So you're not watching your analytics. You're not seeing which content is performing best in your niche, on other channels, or even on your own channels. So pay attention to those analytics. And again, I'll drop the video on how to use YouTube analytics to your advantage in the description below. You're not reverse engineering your growth. You're just kind of doing and winging your videos and throwing things up on your channel, but you aren't thinking about what you ultimately want your viewer to get from the videos and ultimately what you want your channel to be and look like. If you can't see your goal and see that you want to get to 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, or you want your channel to look like another person's channel in the sense of the success that they have, you don't know where to even start. So you got to reverse engineer and start with the outcome. You're not structuring your content right. You have really long intros and you're explaining why people need to watch the videos. That's not going to help your videos grow or soar on YouTube because it's all about watch time. So you need to get people to watch the entire video in order for it to actually get found in YouTube and on YouTube and in the algorithm, because there are 400 hours of video uploaded to YouTube every minute. So in order to compete, you have to structure your content correctly. And we'll put that hot script video in the link below. And you'll also learn more about it at bossyoutubestrategy.com. And the final thing is community rules. So don't rely on the algorithm, don't rely on just YouTube, but also build your own audience. It's really, really important that you build your audience and your community on a bunch of different platforms so you don't have to put all of your eggs in one basket, and you build your own audience for every video on an email list so you don't have to hope that your subscribers see it, because sometimes that's not what happens. So building your own audience is an amazing way to beat the algorithm and not have to rely on the algorithm. If you want to review all of those notes, you can check out the replay of this video, which we'll be putting up a little bit later. But let's dive into those questions like I said. So let's dive into some questions here. Boldly Girl says, didn't understand all the needs to participate because I dreamed to win this contest. So basically you need to watch every video in the series. This is episode number 2. Watch every video in the series and comment on every video in the series and let us know what your biggest takeaway is. But there's going to be little different instructions at the end of every video in the series, which is why you need to watch each one. How do I create an email list? We have a video all about that. We can link that in the description below, how to build your list using YouTube. Biggest takeaway, oh, and by the way, you need to leave your comments on the replay because these live chat comments don't actually exist after the video goes, after the live is over. So biggest takeaway is reverse engineering, but so many great tips. Thank you. Thanks, Sherry. Thank you for watching. All right, let's go all the way to the bottom and see if there's any questions. This is amazing. Love all your energy and genuine tips. Inspire me to follow your guidance. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, you guys, the biggest takeaway, I need you to repost it as a comment once the live is over because these comments right now won't stay on my channel and they won't be seen afterwards. So make sure that you put your biggest takeaway if you want to enter that contest in the comments section. Can you talk about income and taxes, please? That's a broad topic, and I am not an accountant, so I'm not sure I can touch on that. But if you have a more specific question, let me know. Kelsey says, should I make an update video after being away for a long time or just continue with normal content? Depends on what a long time is, but I think it's best to just continue with normal content or do a new channel trailer to give people an idea of what your channel is about, and reintroduce yourself. But you don't need to do one of those videos of like, this is why I was gone. Because the truth is, this is a bit of a harsh truth. No one really notices if you don't post videos. Unless it's like you have a massive channel and a huge subscriber base, no one's really going to notice. So don't worry too much about that. If my current channel isn't growing, should I start a new channel to gain traction? Before you do that, I would look at everything I just talked about and figure out why your channel is not growing, because there's definitely a reason, and I'm sure that you can fix it. And I would rather you stick with your channel, even if you have like 2 subscribers. I would rather you stick with that channel than trying to start new, because if you start a new channel, you're going to run into the same problems. So I wouldn't recommend that. I'm at 10K, but it feels like I'm not able to grow faster than like 20 subs. They're coming in so fast. Able to grow faster than 20 subs per day. Do you think your course would make sense for me since my audience is Italian? Absolutely. We have people who are German and French and Spanish and everything. So make sure you go to bossyoutubestrategy.com and check it out. But you definitely can grow more than 20 subs a day. I just think that you're probably missing some of the things we talked about, like doubling down on content that's working, pay attention to success clues, etc. And I'm Italian too. Thank you. Yes, be your biggest fan. If you're not your biggest fan, why would anybody else be your fan? Are there a certain amount of videos that you should post per week? I always start with quality over quantity. YouTube is so different in that sense than Instagram or Facebook as well. You don't have to constantly be active to be bringing in followers and subscribers and an audience. If you post quality content, it's going to continue to work for you in the algorithm for years to come and continue to grow your audience. So 1 a week and master the process start to finish, so you're actually getting momentum from those one videos a week. And then once you have that process dialed, then you can move up 2 more videos. But not until you have the process dialed. So I just moved to 2 videos a week in June, and I've been doing this for 4 years. So that's a great question, Candace. Let's go. What if I do makeup videos, but my military videos have more views? That's really interesting. I would pay attention depends on what you want to do, right? So which videos are you more passionate about, and which videos do you feel like you can actually build a real business around? But if it is makeup, then I would figure out which videos are getting the most traction out of those makeup videos and double down there and use those as success clues. What are the specific topics? Doubling down on content feels, oh shoot, I grabbed the wrong one. Basil, I think it is. What if you switch the type of content you create? Should you start a new channel? I've had a channel of 300 subs, but I started creating new content after a long YouTube break. I don't think that really matters unless it's like vastly different, because if you look at old videos on my channel, they have nothing to do with what I do now. As long as you don't have a massive subscriber base, then it's totally okay and you can still pivot. So yeah, that's my feedback there. I'm interested in so many topics. How do I narrow it down to my niche? I'm actually going to be posting a video in this series on how to grow without a niche on YouTube, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. But if you are trying to figure out how to narrow it down, figure out actually, you know what? I have a video on how to find your niche as well, so we'll link to that in the description as well, because there's a formula in there specifically. But basically, you want to look at like profit plus skills minus passion, because even if you're passionate about something, if you put all your eggs in the passion basket, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be able to make it a real business or actually make money from it. So you want to start with your profit and your skills. So is the niche that you want to do, is it something that you can actually make money around with like merch or sponsorship or creating your own programs or consulting? And then do you have the skills to actually be able to talk about it? Those are the two biggest factors to narrowing it down. And then figure out, okay, do I have those two things and am I passionate about it? All right, that's a winning topic. Ando, great question. Do you recommend optimizing the titles and videos of previous videos or just focusing on new videos? So we've had a lot of clients in our programs go back and optimize using our methodology and see huge success and start ranking on page 1. But I would only say do that if you have the time to do it. If you don't, then I would really just focus on doing your new content in the right way. Live streams versus planned content, one or the other. I kind of like to do a mix, but generally I don't do more than 2 live streams a month, if that, or maybe even 1, just because it requires me actually being here live, which sometimes is a little bit challenging depending on how much I'm traveling or what projects we have going on in the business. But I love live streams. It creates a whole bunch of watch time in your channel and a whole bunch of engagement, which is really fun. So it is a really cool thing to do. But I think pre-produced content allows you to work way far in advance. So I think just doing a balance of both and seeing what you're capable of as an individual. And even if you do live streams, again, you want to keep it as concise as possible so you get high retention on those live streams. Oh, thank you. Again, guys, if you have takeaways, make sure that you're posting them in the comments on the replay of this video, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to see them in just the live chat. Play Button Production says, I've used so much of your content to grow my local lead gen agency. You provide value without fluff. Thank you so much. My takeaway today is taking the process one step at a time to avoid overwhelm. Absolutely. So many things I want to do. I follow many channels that are your real life success stories. Oh, thank you so much. Create and Adorn. I follow many channels that are your real life success stories. I'm sold. I haven't put up any videos yet. Should I join before I start or wait until I put up a couple videos, even if they suck? Don't put up videos before you join because you want to start the right way. So I always recommend, I love when people start the programs with actually no subscribers and no views on their channels, because at least they know to start in the right way and it's the best head start to really get ahead. What platform would you suggest for someone who has multiple interests and something to say? That's super vague. So I would suggest figuring out what you want to say and then going for a platform. All right. What do you think about LinkedIn for promotion? DN Vlogs, Life TV asked me that. I think it's amazing. I think every platform is amazing for promotion. You should be promoting your videos everywhere because it creates more backlinks, which is another signal for YouTube to say this content must be really good because it's getting shared all these places. Therefore, we're going to push it more in the algorithm. So if you have an audience on LinkedIn, promote the heck out of your channel. I said that in the community rules section because it's true. You got to promote the heck out of your channel so everybody and their dog knows you have a YouTube channel. All right. Do I hold off posting until I have a few videos or just start with one? Start with one. You don't want to try and post all your videos at one time because you want to push each individual video as much as possible in the first 24 hours so you get the max reach with it. So don't post a bunch of videos to your channel at one time. Post them individually and follow all the processes to get the most views on them and distribute them in the right way. I feel like a deer in headlights when I push record. Does one get over being camera shy? I have 2 videos on that, so we'll link to those in the description. If you actually look up comfortable on camera and my name, you'll find, I think, 2 or 3 videos on that topic. So I have a lot of tips for that. And it all comes down to knowing that you know your stuff and also that it has nothing to do with you or what you look like. It has everything to do with how much you can impact the viewer who's watching. And I had that as well, so... Awesome. Thanks, Duty Ron. Manifest magic law of attraction. What's the best time and day to post? Individual to your channel. The video I'm going to put in the description below about analytics, it's going to talk about that and how to figure out when the best time is to post. So make sure you check out that video. It's got all those answers in there. All right, you guys, I'm going to take off. I don't want to take up too much of your time today. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. And this was so much fun. I appreciate all of you. If you liked this video, hit that like button below. Thank you so much to everyone who did. Thank you for being here. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you get our new notifications every time we post a new video on Tuesdays and Fridays and every time I go live. So make sure you hit that bell too. Subscribe, hit the bell, share this video with anybody that you think could use it, and make sure you check the replay if you want to enter our contest for the scholarship to our Authority Accelerator program, a Logitech C920 camera, and a $500 Amazon gift card valued at close to $10,000, including all those things. Make sure that you comment below the replay of this video with your biggest takeaway of the video. I also realized I'm looking at the screen right now, not the camera, so it might look weird, but I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I enjoyed you being here. I appreciate all of you so, so much, and I can't wait to do more of these with you. And also, I can't wait for you to see the rest of the bootcamp series. Someone just asked, what advice would you give us to grow your Instagram account? Watch my Instagram playlist. Okay, because there's a ton of freaking advice in there. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you all really soon. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.